Hey everyone, it's Lindey. Welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to talk about being a top-rated plus eBay seller and how I use that program to my advantage so that I get my eBay store subscription for free. That's right, I don't pay for my eBay store subscription every month. eBay pays it for me. And I want to talk to you about how you can use eBay's own programs against them so that you can get your store subscription for free as well. But if this is the first time we're meeting, hello, my name is Lindey. I work from home as an e-commerce seller and I have a beauty store where I sell primarily on eBay. My YouTube channel is completely dedicated to helping other e-commerce sellers grow their home businesses and make more money. So if videos about those kind of topics interest you, please do make sure to subscribe and ring that notification bell. That way you're notified whenever I post a new video. And as always, if you appreciate that I take the time to do these videos to help you out, make sure to hit the thumbs up button. That lets me know that you like these kind of videos, and it also lets YouTube know that other sellers out there might benefit from this information as well. So now, before I get into all of the little details about how exactly eBay pays my store subscription for me every single month, I do first want to point out that this is in no way gaming the system. I'm not breaking any policies or anything like that. I am simply taking advantage of a program that eBay already offers to its sellers. So I just wanted to say that first. I would never publicly encourage you guys to go break any policies or rules. This is all completely allowed. I'm not doing anything wrong, nor am I teaching you to hack the system and do something that you shouldn't be doing. But before I get into the specific details about how all of this is possible, I want to first talk about what the eBay top-rated seller program is and what the difference is between a regular top-rated seller versus a top-rated plus seller, which is what gets me my free eBay store subscription. So now this information is coming directly from eBay's website. It's just a list of what criteria you need to reach in order to be a top-rated or a top-rated plus seller. Now, qualifying as a top-rated plus seller is really quite simple. I've spoken to many new sellers that have achieved this level in only a few short months of reselling. The first criteria that a seller needs to reach is having an active eBay account for at least 90 days. You also need to have 100 or more transactions and at least $1,000 worth of gross sales in a running 12-month period. And that $1,000 in sales does need to be from United States buyers. You also need to maintain a defect rate that is less than 0.5% or 3 or fewer defects. Now, where this difference comes into play is in how many transactions you actually have. If you are considered a higher volume seller, that means that you've had more than 200 transactions in a 90-day period. If you're a seller that has more than 200 transactions in a 90-day period, that's considered high volume, which means you go off of the percentage. And you have to have a defect rate of less than 0.5%. If you have less than 200 transactions in 90 days, that's considered low volume, and you need to have 3 or less defects. You also have to watch your status when it comes to cases closed without seller resolution. In order to be a top-rated seller, you have to have 0.3% or fewer cases closed without your resolution, or 2 or fewer if you're a low volume seller. Cases closed without seller resolution basically means if a buyer opens a case with eBay, if eBay has to step in because you as the seller do not respond or you do not correct the issue, if eBay has to step in and solve the issue with the buyer for you, then that case is closed and you get that defect on your seller status because eBay wants sellers to basically deal with their own problems. And if eBay is forced to deal with a problem for you, that's considered a case closed without seller resolution, and that will have an impact on your ability to be a top-rated seller. You also have to maintain a late shipment rate of 3% or less, or if you're a low volume seller, you need to have 5 late shipments or less on record. Now, the late shipment does have everything to do with the buyers actually receiving their packages by the estimated arrival date based on your handling time. And then the final criteria to qualify as a top-rated seller is that you need to have all of your shipping labels printed, validated, and uploaded at least 95% of the time for US buyers. Okay, so now that we got all that boring stuff out of the way, I want to elaborate a little bit more on what it means to be a top-rated seller, the benefits of it, and then I also want to go into more detail about what is involved in being a top-rated plus seller and how I use the top-rated plus program to get a free eBay store subscription every month. But before I continue on, I do want to take a moment just to thank the sponsor of today's video. Wholesale Ninjas has been a partner of my YouTube channel for a really long time now. I actually discovered them when I was searching for brand new liquidation companies to work with back in 2019. Reached out to them first because I really enjoyed their service and their product so much. I decided that I wanted to start featuring them on my YouTube channel, and I asked them for coupon codes for my viewers, which they were more than happy to oblige. And I have been so happy to have partnered with them on my YouTube channel for so long. I truly believe that they are a top-notch liquidation company that exists right now. Not only is their quality control super consistent, but the merchandise that they have in stock is always consistent as well. If you've watched my YouTube channel for any length of time, you'll know that I love to sell health and beauty merchandise, and that kind of merchandise is very difficult to get most of the time. A lot of companies out there will either sell out really fast or they have an inconsistent supply, but Wholesale Ninjas always has an abundance of merchandise in the health and beauty space, so I know whenever I'm running low on inventory, they always have merchandise to fill orders. And being an e-commerce seller, having a steady source of supply is extremely important. As I previously mentioned, they were kind enough to give me a coupon code for all of my viewers. The code is Lindey25, and it gets you $25 off of any purchase on their site with no minimum purchase required. I will link their website down in the video description. I'll also pin it to the top comment in the comment section. They have amazing personal care, cosmetic, and beauty lots. They also have lots of general merchandise. They even sell pallets if you're wanting to buy pallets of merchandise. They also offer an amazing pallet breakdown service to where if you did not want to pay for freight on some of their pallets, for a $180 flat fee, they'll actually break down the pallet into smaller, more manageable boxes. And that's something else that I haven't seen from any other liquidation company out there. Thank you to Wholesale Ninjas for sponsoring this video and partnering with my YouTube channel all of this time. Now let's get on with talking about the perks of being a top-rated seller and what else you would need to do in order to qualify as a top-rated plus seller. So if you've watched my videos for a hot minute, you guys know that I am always an advocate for doing everything in your power to be seen as a pristine seller on the eBay site. That way the algorithm will work in your favor. This has a lot to do with being an active seller. You absolutely cannot be an absent seller on the eBay platform and expect to get the same impressions and traffic on your listings as someone else who is as active as they can be on the site. This also includes doing what you can in order to be a top-rated or a top-rated plus seller. Because if a seller is going to achieve a top-rated status, this does not happen by accident. In the eyes of eBay, those sellers that have gone above and beyond to do customer satisfaction, meaning having hardly any cases closed without seller resolution, they're diligently printing shipping labels and having them scanned, uploaded, and delivered on time. They're maintaining a defect rate, which means they're taking care of their buyers. Sellers don't achieve a top-rated status by accident, and eBay acknowledges this. eBay wants to reward the sellers that are doing right by their buyers, because you've probably heard me say before, eBay exists to make money off of the sellers. And eBay wants to promote the sellers that are doing a good job because they know that when the buyers buy from those sellers, they're probably going to have high customer satisfaction and those buyers will be back to buy on the site again and again. eBay wants to promote sellers that are a sure thing because they want their buyers to be happy and come back and shop repeatedly. And one of the best ways for eBay to know that you are a good seller is to achieve that top-rated status. So the first benefit to being a top-rated seller is to have a little bit more favor in eBay's algorithm because you're already a step ahead when you're proving to eBay that you are a seller that's wanting to do right by the buyers on their platform. The other really big benefit to being a top-rated seller is that you get a little bit more of a discount with priority shipping. I'm fairly certain that the discount doesn't apply for first class, but I know that I have seen a dramatic price difference between the priority flat rate envelopes and the priority by weight shipping methods. And that dollar amount is pretty significant. Now, you can't quote me, but I'm pretty sure that it's something like 20 cents a label for flat rate envelopes, and it could be an extra 10% off of by weight shipping priority. And that adds up. Another perk is I'm pretty sure, don't quote me, I'm pretty sure that if a buyer is looking at your eBay listing, if you're a top-rated seller, that it will say somewhere on the page that you are a top-rated seller, somewhere around your eBay user ID or the click to view the seller's store. I believe that there's some little icon around there about buying with confidence because they're a top-rated seller. But the reason why I'm not exactly sure is because they've recently made it an additional perk for top-rated plus sellers to have that seal of approval. And so I'm not sure if the regular top-rated sellers still have any sort of notation on their account that they're a top-rated seller, or if it's only the top-rated plus sellers that have any sort of notation on the listing or in their store to let the buyer know that they're a top-rated seller. And that can be very important because buyers want to be able to buy with confidence that the seller that they're buying from is going to take care of them and provide them with a quality product. So those are the primary perks for a top-rated seller. Now let's go a step beyond and talk about being a top-rated plus seller. What's all involved in that and what the additional perks are. So now in order to qualify as a top-rated plus seller, you have to do two additional things to get two significant additional perks. The first additional thing that you have to do, aside from qualifying as a regular top-rated seller, is you have to have same-day or one-day handling time. And you indicate this when you are creating your listing. You can say whether or not you will ship the item same day, 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, 5 day handling time. And in order to be top-rated plus, it has to be either same day or 1 day handling. Now, this just means that within 1 day of the buyer purchasing and paying for the item, that you will then print the shipping label and ship it and have the package scanned and validated by the shipping company, which I have had 1 day handling time for years now. It's honestly not that big of a deal to me because I just do shipping every single morning anyway. So having a 1 day handling time really isn't a stretch. But there are sellers out there that prefer to have a 2 day handling time because maybe they only want to ship on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Or maybe they want to have a 3 day handling time because they only want to ship twice a week. But if you're willing to ship every day, opting into this to possibly qualify as a top-rated plus seller is really not a difficult thing to do. And then the second thing that you have to do in order to qualify as a top-rated plus seller is you do have to offer free returns. Yeah, that's the part that a lot of sellers don't like, and they just wash their hands of being a top-rated plus seller and they say, forget it, I don't need it, whatever, I'm not doing free returns. Now, I did an entire video talking about free returns and why you might go ahead and consider doing free returns. I will link that video up here in the iCards. I'll also put it down in the video description and I'll add it to that pinned top comment. I don't want to get into a lot of detail about that because I did a whole video based on it, but you do have to do free returns in order to qualify as a top-rated plus seller. Now, I personally do 60-day free returns, but you do not have to do 60-day free returns in order to qualify. You can do 30-day free returns. But if you have met all of your other top-rated seller criteria and you opt for same-day or 1 day handling time and you offer at least 30-day free returns, then congratulations, you qualify to be a top-rated plus seller. And now let's talk about the perks of doing that. And this is where it gets good. This is what I like. So I've already gone over what I see as the perks of being a regular top-rated seller on the eBay site when it comes to impressions for your listings and having your items appear higher up in search and pleasing eBay's algorithm. But as far as I'm concerned, being a top-rated plus seller gets even better than that within the search page, because you are going a step above and beyond to give buyers more incentives to buy your items, and eBay likes that because that free return policy is pretty much a guarantee that if the buyer's not happy, they have that satisfaction of knowing that they can return it at a zero cost to them. Now, does that mean that they're going to return it? No, I don't think so. Could they? Yeah, they could. But I think that that customer satisfaction and ease of shop is more beneficial than not, if you ask me. Now, another big benefit to be a top-rated plus seller is you do have that badge or seal of approval prominently displayed on your eBay listing on the search page. So previously I mentioned when someone is looking at your eBay listing that there would be possibly some sort of indication that you were a top-rated seller. But if it is there, the buyer would have to already be on your page in order to see it. However, if you are a top-rated plus seller, I know for a fact that there is a little badge or a seal of approval that eBay has given you for being a top-rated plus seller, and it is displayed on your listing on the search page. So if a buyer is scrolling through search results and they're looking through the items, they're going to see your listing and there's going to be a badge or a seal of approval to give that buyer incentive to shop with you because you are a approved seller. So if you're on a search page with a bunch of sellers that don't have that seal of approval, you are going to stand out for all the best reasons. And then the final perk to being a top-rated plus seller, and my favorite aspect and why I wanted to be a top-rated plus seller so badly, is because top-rated plus sellers receive a credit on their invoice every single month for 10% back of whatever they paid for final value fees. And that is how eBay pays my store subscription fee every month. And it's how eBay can pay your store subscription fee as well. Because here's what happens. As long as you sell enough merchandise every month where that 10% credit back is at least what you pay for your store subscription, you'll never have to pay for your store subscription. So now here's a couple examples of what I'm talking about, how this credit can actually pay for your store subscription. Now, depending on whether or not you're on eBay managed payments or you're still taking payments through PayPal, depending on whether or not you pay 9.15% in final value fees or 10% or 12.5%. So your mileage may vary here, but let's just do a rough estimate so that I can show you an example or two of how you can get your eBay store subscription for free if you're a top-rated plus seller. So let's say you have a basic store subscription. With a 12-month commitment, you're paying $22 a month for your eBay store subscription. However, if you are a top-rated plus seller, and let's say you maintain at least $2,500 a month in sales, $2,500 a month in sales equates to roughly $250 worth of final value fees, meaning if you're a top-rated plus seller, you will then get 10% of those final value fees credited back to your invoice, which means that you'll have a credit every month of your invoice of $25 as long as you maintain $2,500 worth of sales. You can then use that $25 final value fee credit as a means of basically paying for your eBay store subscription fee so you don't have to pay anything out of pocket for it. So as long as you maintain being a top-rated plus seller and you maintain at least $2,500 a month in sales, you won't ever have to pay for your eBay store subscription out of pocket. Now I'll go ahead and use myself an example and I will show you my actual invoice. This last billing period, I received a credit of a little over $83 in final final value fee credits for being a top rated plus seller. And I pay $59.95 every single month for my eBay store subscription. So eBay actually gave me a credit of $83, which meets or exceeds the amount of the eBay store subscription I owe every single month, which means that that credit paid for my entire eBay store subscription and then a little bit on top of that. And that is how I get my eBay store subscription for free month after month. As I mentioned, I have a premium store subscription, which means I'm obligated to pay $59.95 every single month under that 12-month contract. So that means that I need to roughly maintain at least $6,000 in sales every single month in order for that final value fee credit to offset the cost of that store subscription. So as long as I maintain or exceed $6,000 a month in sales, I don't have to pay for my eBay store. eBay pays it for me. And now I want to finish off this video with answering two questions that I'm sure you have right now, and so I just want to jump the gun and answer them for you. I'm guessing that the first question is, does having free returns on all of your listings increase the number of returns I should expect? Well, from my own personal experience, I saw zero difference when I opted into free returns versus buyer paid returns. My return rate stayed basically the same. My return rate has usually always been lower than 1%. However, I have seen an increase lately. For a while, I maintained roughly 0.7 or 0.9% return rate, but now I think the last time I looked, I was roughly 1.36%. And honestly, half of those people never even sent it back. So I'm not even exactly sure why my return rate is so high if the buyers never even returned it. That actually reminds me, that's something I need to call eBay and ask about, because if they never even returned it, why does it have any effect on my return rate? And when I say they never returned it, I mean they opened the return, but they never actually sent it back. And then the second question I'm guessing that you have is, do you have to have free returns on every single item in order to qualify as top rated plus? And the answer to that is no. You can actually pick and choose which listings you want to have free returns on, and it will be those listings that you will qualify for that top rated plus benefit or top rated plus final value fee credit. So let's say 10% of the items that you have listed you don't want to offer free returns on. Maybe they're big and bulky. Maybe they're items that you just want to have a final sale on. The 90% of the items that you do opt to have one-day handling and free returns on, those listings will qualify you to have that top rated plus seal of approval. They will also qualify for the added 10% final value fee credit on your invoice. But those 10% listings that you don't have those qualifying markers on, those listings will not have the seal of approval, and you will not get the final value fee credit on your invoice whenever you sell those. So you can literally pick and choose which listings in your store you want to qualify as top rated plus versus just standard top rated. And as a seller, that's definitely something that I appreciate. It's not all or nothing. You have the choice to pick and choose which listings you want to have the benefits on. But as long as you meet that basic criteria of being a regular top rated seller, then your entire seller status will remain as top rated. Just those listings that have those added benefits like the free returns and the same day or one day handling time, those will be the listings that end up having those bonus perks. But your entire seller status overall can still be top rated, even if all of your listings don't qualify as top rated plus. All right, you guys, thank you so much for watching. If you like this video and videos like it, please give it a thumbs up. That way I know it. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down in the comments below. Are you currently a top rated seller? Have you ever been a top rated plus seller? What are your feelings about free returns? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. It's also an opportunity for everyone to exchange experiences and have a discussion. I love it when you guys treat my comment section like forums. I feel like it's a really good learning experience for sellers. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already and ring the notification bell. That way you'll be notified whenever I post a new video. Don't forget to check the video description. I will put a lot of useful information in there, as well as my coupon code for Wholesale Ninjas, as well as a direct link to their site. And thank you guys again so much for watching. I will see you with my next video. Bye-bye.